All praises unto our power, Yahweh Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham Warakwadash. Peace, blessings, and much respect to the elders and the apostles of Great Millstone, on down to the rest of the elders who rule well within Israel. Salutations to the hopeful elect throughout the four corners of this whole entire earth, no matter where, whom they may be, or what they may look like, pushing out this purified truth to the rest of the church who believe as well. You men who may not be teachers or prophets, you women, sons and daughters also, and the water to Yahweh Shai, because without him going to that cross for the nation of Israel and the nation of Israel alone, none of this would even be possible whatsoever. Okay. This is Romans chapter 13. And I'll just read 9. For this, thou shalt not commit adultery, thou shalt not kill, thou shalt not steal, thou shalt not bear false witness, thou shalt not covet. And if there be any other commandment, it is briefly comprehended in this saying, namely, thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself. Okay, having love for one another is important. Love worketh no ill to his neighbor. Therefore, love is the fulfilling of the law. Now, here's the point. And that knowing the time, that now it is high time. So right now it is surely time to awake out of sleep. For now is our salvation nearer than when we believed. So salvation is close. Salvation is at the door. A lot of people may feel, you know what? I do believe that the Messiah can return someday, but I don't think it will be in my lifetime. Well, guess what? Salvation is nearer than what you believe. Us men who are hastening in the day, we don't even fully understand how quick Yahweh Shai is going to return, especially once things start really, amplifying and kicking up. So now it is surely time to wake up out of sleep, because salvation is close. And seeing that salvation is close, what does that mean? That means the time is running out. The time of making a decision is running out. Let's go to Matthew's chapter 12 and verse 38 or 30. Matthew 12 and 30. He that is not with me is against me, and he that gathereth not with me scattereth abroad. So you're either with Yahweh Shai or you're against Yahweh Shai. So seeing that salvation is nearer than what many would even think, it would behoove all of us to consider our ways, to make sure we're doing the right thing in the eyes of the Lord. And for those who are, kind of lollygagging, twiddling their thumbs, we're coming into that time where you have to make your decision, because your time is running shorter by the days. Okay? Just like a candle wick. It's only going to burn for so long before that fire goes out. The fire of repentance is soon to go out. Okay? So you're either with Yahweh Shai or you're against Yahweh Shai. And we are at the end. So the decision, it has to be made very soon for a lot of you Israelites who are kind of on the fence. You've heard about this truth. You've came across videos. You've had Israelites who've came across this truth 3-4 years ago and have made no move. Okay. Revelations 1 and 3. Blessed is he that readeth, and they that hear the words of this prophecy, and keep those things which are written therein, for the time is at hand. So the time is at hand. So guess what? Seeing that salvation is nearer than when we believed, the time of the end is at hand. And seeing that we're coming into the end, just know you're either going to be seen serving Yahweh Shai, or you are going to be deemed an enemy. So on this day, make a choice, because none of us know how long we really have on this earth. And people live their life like they're just promised to live, 500 plus years. The time in this world, although it seems long, it's a very long, short period of time that we get here. Let's read Joshua chapter 24 and 15. And if it seem evil unto you to serve the Lord, choose you this day whom ye will serve, whether the gods which your fathers served, that were on the other side of the flood, or the gods of the Amorites, in whose land ye dwell. But as for me and my house, we will serve the Lord. So us believers, our mentality, we are going to serve the Lord. Now you have a lot of Israelites. They haven't really fully made their mind up. They're straddling the fence. Kind of like when somebody's about to jump rope, they're hesitating on when to jump in. It's going on 30 seconds to a minute to a minute and a half, and they still hesitant on when to jump in the rope. It's like, look, man, if you don't jump in soon, we about to just stop. Okay? You got to make your mind up. What are we doing? And a lot of you Israelites, you need to make your mind up. Now, if you say, well, I don't really not believe, I just don't think it's for me. Well, you made your mind up. Okay? Because you're either going to eat at the table of the Lord, or you're going to eat at the table of devils. Let's read on. And the people answered and said, God forbid that we should forsake the Lord to serve other gods. So, what you say out of your mouth, whether you believe it or not, it's not just a light matter, just words. That's an actual oath. And oaths are not meant to be broken. And that's why the scriptures also say every idle word that man shall speak, hey, he'll be held accountable on the day of judgment. Every last one of us. That's why we have to be careful what we say and make sure it's on point and ask for mercy. Job 24:17, for the Lord our power, he it is that brought us up and our fathers out of the land of Egypt from the house of bondage, and which did those great signs in our sight, and preserved us in all the way wherein we went. So that was our forefathers, okay, that got to witness the destruction of the Egyptians and to see the deliverance of our people, okay, with the splitting of the Red Sea. And among all the people through whom we passed. And the Lord drave out from before us all the people, even the Amorites, which dwelt in the land. Therefore will we also serve the Lord, for he is our power. So Joshua came to our people like, look, on this day, you're going to have to make a choice. You're either going to serve Yahweh or you're going to serve the idols. And our people was like, you know what? We're going to serve the Lord. So a lot of our people, they have said that with their mouth. They believe. So now that you've made that oath and you've spoken it, you have to fulfill that. All the game playing and, one day you're on fire, then the next week you're just not feeling it. Then the next week you're on fire. Then you're just questioning the truth. You're everywhere. You either serve the Lord or you don't. Okay? Verse 20, if ye forsake the Lord and serve strange gods, then he will turn and do you hurt and consume you after that he hath done you good. So that's what it comes down to. You're either going to serve the Lord or die. Okay? And the people said unto Joshua, nay, but we will serve the Lord. And Joshua said unto the people, ye are witnesses against yourself that ye have chosen you, the Lord, to serve him. And they said, we are witnesses. Now therefore put away, he said, the strange gods, which are among you, and incline your heart unto the Lord power of Israel. And the people said unto Joshua, the Lord our power will we serve, and his voice will we obey. So Joshua made a covenant with the people that day and set them a statute and an ordinance in Shechem. So you have to make this decision right now, because as a person who may be straddling the fence, how do you know you'll be alive next week in this body? How do you know you'll be alive next month? How do you know you'll be alive next year? How do you know this society won't collapse next week? How do you know this society won't collapse next month or next year? How do you know that the World War III fully being set off and them nukes being sent off and flying off? Okay, how do you know that's not going to happen sometime next year? A lot of our people pretend like there's just so much time to waste And that's just not smart. It's not smart at all to think like that. You know, that's why it has to be known. You either serve the Lord or you don't. And the Lord is drawing a line in the sand. Jeremiah chapter 8 and verse 3. The truth of the matter, most of our people are going to choose death. No matter how much we try to warn them and say, look, you have to choose. What are you going to do? Because the end is close. Salvation is close. What are you going to do? A lot of our people are still going to play games, tarry, and choose the path that is going to get them destroyed, because they're going to remain asleep until the missiles come. You can find that account in Isaiah chapter 6. The majority of our people are actually being blinded. They're not meant to wake up. They're not meant to get it, because the Lord does not want them to get it. Okay? Let's go forward. Ecclesiasticus, also known as the book of Sirach, chapter 5 and verse 7. Make no tarrying to turn to the Lord, and put not off from day to day. So exactly, like Joshua said, choose this day whom you will serve. You can't keep putting off from day to day. What are you going to do? Many Israelites have heard this word. What are you doing? What are you going to do? Do you really believe? Are you really in this? Are you straddling the fence? Are you wavering? Okay? Like, what are you doing? Because you have to really believe. You have to really be about this ministry. Okay? You have to actually take action. You can't just say, I love the Lord all day, and you're doing no action. Okay? That's like a father or a mother telling their son or daughter that they love them, but they're not feeding them. They're not clothing them. They're abusing them. But with word, they're saying, oh, I love you, but you're doing nothing to show it. So a lot of our people have the mentality of saying, oh, I believe in the Lord, but they're not doing anything to show it. And that's for a lot of our people. Okay? And a part of being in this ministry is not just teaching, it's also living it. Living what the scriptures say. Ecclesiasticus chapter 5 and 7. Make no tarrying to turn to the Lord. Salvation's nearer than what we know. Okay? It's coming. The end is close. Read forward. And put not off from day to day. Now, I'll get to the Lord. I do believe. I'm just trying to, get some things in order in my life first before I can actually buckle down and get into it. Or, yeah, I've heard about that Israelite thing. I've been thinking about it, but I just got a lot of things going on in my life right now. And once, things slow down, I'll be able to really get my study on. Like, look, quit playing with your life. Quit robbing yourself. Okay? Because to not serve Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, you are robbing yourself. Okay? For suddenly shall the wrath of the Lord come forth, and in thy security thou shalt be destroyed and perish in the day of vengeance. So when the Lord decides to say, you know what? I'm done playing with you. He'll just suddenly come and blow your fire out. Because the wick is only going to burn for so long. Okay? And we're coming to the end of all the games, all the procrastination, all the naysaying, all the fakeness. We're coming into the time where the Lord is going to see who's really about what they say they are about. You're either with Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai or you're not. And Lord willing, those of us who believe, we can be delivered, seeing that deep, deep down in our soul, we truly want to serve him to the best of our ability. But not everybody has that mentality. Okay? Verse 9. Winnow not with every wind, and go not into every way, for so doth the sinner that hath a double tongue. So you have to stop putting off the Lord from day to day, which includes you have to flee away from these false doctrines. You can't be an Israelite in truth, but then you're still believing in weird doctrines. You still believe in Egyptology, but you're calling yourself Judah. Here it is, you calling yourself an Israelite, but you're calling on Yeshua or Yahshua, right? You're calling yourself an Israelite, but you got a pack of Newport 100s that you still be blowing down like the big bad wolf, man. Knowing damn well there's nowhere in the Bible you're going to find that to be okay. Okay? So, not tarrying, serving Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai is the best thing that we can do. Is make that action happen. Okay? And for those of us who are making that action happen, all we can do is hope that Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai keeps us going, because every last one of us have sinned. Every last one of us have gone off and deserve death. So Lord willing, the Lord can even keep the spirit on us. Okay? So now is the day where you Israelites straddling the fence. And when I say now is the day, I'm not saying like the Lord's going to come tomorrow, but I'm saying now is the day, as in your mentality should be, you don't know how much time you have. We don't know how much time we have. So tarrying is not a very safe option for none of us. So I'm going to go ahead and wrap it up and give all thanks and praises unto our power, the power of Israel, Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Wa Rakakwadash. I'm out.